Hello, ladies, and welcome to week 2 of the training for soft skills. And this week we'll be speaking about communication. Have you ever met someone and immediately you made a connection with them? I want you to think back. Can you recall what attracted you to this person? Have you ever noticed that some people express themselves easier than others? There is a high chance that what attracted you to these people was the way they communicated with you. Perhaps it was the way they spoke and or the words that they chose to use. Perhaps it was based on their smile or maybe lack thereof. Maybe it was the way they looked at you. Having the ability to communicate well with others is one of the most difficult skills to get right. Yet, it is the most important one of the soft skills. From an early age, we all learn how to communicate with those closest to us. But this way of communication may not always be applicable in every situation. Depending on the situation we are in, everyone needs to change the way they communicate with people outside of their immediate circle, such as family and friends. This skill may not come easily for some, but with the right set of skills, we can all learn how to navigate these challenges. All right, ladies, so this week you will reflect on your communication skills and how it influences the way other people view you. Second, you're going to brainstorm ways you can change your communication skills based on different scenarios. And lastly, you're going to identify a current situation that you are involved in and think of a good communication technique that you can implement. So before we move on to part B and C, here are 10 actions for effective communication. Number 1, prepare yourself. Always make sure you have something to say. For a job interview, research the company or the industry and know the key facts. Even at a social event where you may not know people, preparing a few things to say about yourself will mean that you can break the ice more easily. Number 2, make a good first impression. When you are in an informal situation, try your very best to remain calm and always introduce yourself with a smile. So, number 3, use appropriate body language. If you are sitting up, sit up straight with your back against the chair or slightly lean forward to seemingly show interest in the conversation. Keep your hands away from your face and your hair and avoid fidgeting. Lastly, keep your arms open, as folded arms can sometimes convey defensiveness. Number 4, develop active listening skills. Active listeners show that they are listening by using their body language. This encourages and welcomes the thoughts, opinions, and feelings of others. Pay attention to the conversation and avoid looking at the clock, your watch, or your phone, or showing signs of disinterest. Smile and nod your head to indicate that you are engaged, but don't force a smile or a laugh. Keep your arms open and maintain enough eye contact to demonstrate your interest. Active listening also helps the speaker in their thinking and helps to organize their thoughts. Number 5, maintain a two-way interaction. In formal situations, allow the speaker to complete each question and statement before responding. Don't interrupt, and make sure that your responses genuinely answer the question. It's fine to pause if you need to think about the right response, because this shows that you've listened and now you're considering the best answer. Number 6, be clear about what's being said. If you ask questions, it shows that you're interested in finding out more. You could also ask questions to try to clarify anything you don't understand. If what's being said isn't clear, ask the other person to repeat it. it's so important to make sure that you get clarification. Or you can always ask that person to rephrase what they're saying to you. Number 7, be concise. As well as being clear on what's said, you should also aim to be concise, especially in formal situations. This is sometimes very difficult if you're nervous. However, long, elaborate sentences don't necessarily make you sound more intelligent. Keep it short and simple, stick to the topic, and don't get off on a tangent. Number 8, speak with confidence. This really comes back to preparing well, but confidence is also about how you use your body language and your voice too. Understand your body language and plan in advance how you're going to sit and use your hands. Number 9, be your authentic self. In formal situations, you can polish up your communication skills and appear professional, yet still allow your authentic self to shine through. Lastly, number 10, communicate appropriately. If you go to a job interview and use the same informal slang that you would with your friends, you're unlikely to create a good first impression. There's nothing wrong with informal or slang speech, but it's not appropriate in formal situations. Similarly, don't be over familiar. Conversations about your family life or what you did on the weekend, they're going to be misplaced here. And don't assume you already have the job. Keep a formal distance with your body language and speech. Finally, don't swear, use offensive words, or try to tell jokes. You'll probably be shown to the door, regardless of how well you communicated otherwise. As always, ladies, it's okay if your skills don't develop overnight. We are all learning and striving to become better one day at a time. Once you have completed this video, please head over to Part B, the Google form. Lastly, you will have the opportunity to complete a checklist with someone close to you, and you'll gauge how well you communicate with them or with others, and what areas you may need to improve on. All right, ladies, good luck and see you next week. Please note that all of our information comes from the resource called Understanding My Journey, a toolkit for soft skills development for young people.